Hello ladies and gentlemen, in today's video we're going to talk about Pearl. Now the reason for this is Pearl has been getting a few leaks as of the last few days, and finally there's some decent reliable info that confirms she is an elation sustain. So let's talk about it. Now there's been a few leaks surrounding Pearl this last week. One is that she is still a speed buffer. So, I mean, this one is probably the least surprising out of all of them, since it was obvious that Silverwolf's team needs a speed buffer, not only for the possibility of high vertical investment teams being able to hit 267 speed for 4 turns and 150 AV, but also just for more consistency, higher elation conversion in her kit, and making certain speed thresholds easier to hit for Yao Guang and Silverwolf, right? It's basically just that simple. And then you also have that she functions similar to Dan Heng PT, supposedly, where she targets one ally on the team who has this, specific buff, but it doesn't mean that the rest of the allies don't also get a buff. It's probably just that the main ally gets the biggest buff, right? And then the last part is that she is a shielder, right? So she's not a healer, she's a shielder. The reason this info matters a bit is because it hurts her synergy with Ashblade, since Blade is not playable without healers. He needs healers. Otherwise, eventually, he'll get down to 1 HP, and then he'll never do a follow-up ever again, right? Now, with healers, even if somehow Blade were to die on this team, he would just come back alive again and gain some of his HP back. But with shielders, and especially a newer one who I imagine is much stronger than the older sustains, you are always going to be eating through shield. He's never going to be able to die, and he's forever going to be stuck at 1 HP, meaning he can never follow up ever again. So for this reason, he has extreme anti-synergy with shielders. Oh, and another reason why this kind of sucks is it was also mentioned by Seal that she has synergy with frequent attackers. Now, by the way, I've seen people saying this favors Evanescia more than Silverwolf. However, that is a complete lie. And the reason for this is Sparksy, right? Believe it or not, with all the hate Sparksy has been getting about not even being an EMC upgrade in Silverwolf teams, Sparksy is the one with the highest attack frequency in a Silverwolf team, or technically out of turn attack frequency, with her ultimate being an attack, her relation skill being an attack, her skill being an attack, and on top of this, her consuming so many skill points. Those extra things that you generate for Silverwolf from her kit all count as a separate attack, and she can do up to 3 if she has a lot of skill points to consume from, meaning that's 3 more attacks added to this tally for Pearl synergy. So Sparksy should be, I imagine, given what Seal has said so far, an undisputed best in slot with Pearl teams with Silverwolf, since she is the one with the highest attack frequency on that team outside of Silverwolf at E2, because Silverwolf at E2 gets a significant amount of extra turns, and so it becomes a lot cleaner, right? But otherwise, Sparksy is the most frequent attacker, not even mentioning the fact that if you go into Sparksy's early Eidolon investment up to her E2, I believe gives her an extra turn at the end of every AHA instant, which is like an extra 2 turns in 150 AV automatically, making it even easier to have synergy with Pearl. So yeah, I was honestly always curious how in the world they were going to make Sparksy best in slot for Silverwolf's team, because at this point, everybody on this Silverwolf team is a speed scaler, right? They all scale off of speed. You'd think it'd be simple, oh, just release another speed buffer, but Sparksy isn't a speed scaler like everybody else on this team. She scales, I believe, off of attack conversion, right? But this does work, right? This kind of fixes that, I'm not going to lie. if it's reliant on attack frequency, because once again, she is the highest attack frequency character on this team and the one who triggers the most attacks because of Silverwolf's loot boxes. So let me know what you guys think down in the comments. Hope you have a great day. Hope you have a great night. Peace out.